Hey, what's up guys, me Mo here and welcome to Growing Up Awkward, where I will talk about my first job and my relationship since I have graduated from the high school and dropped out of college. Alright, so I briefly talked about college in my last one because college was very brief. I hated it and everyone who had anything to do with it. Not really. But I really didn't like it because it was an environment very similar to high school, except everyone was much older and didn't have as many restraints such as parents. They were all like really grown people and you didn't know who you were getting into class with. You could be in the class with someone who was like 50, and I don't know, it's just a weird environment because it's like high school except a little more effed up because, you know, you have all these different types of people from different walks of life with people like that. And then there's just sometimes it's not the best thing because now you're uncensored. You're just out into the world as soon as you graduate, and then you got these people smoking pot over here and partying over here and doing it in the bushes over this. That didn't happen. I didn't experience really any of these things because I didn't live on campus. And I was not very sociable, so yeah, it was just like, college was just like a short but sweet nightmare because what I was trying to focus on was definitely like academics, but it was hellish because of my schedule and the fact that it takes me so long to get to class, and like the fact that I would be missing classes because I can't get there fast enough. And if I get there like an hour late, then the class is over because the class was only an hour. Because maybe buses get, you know, kerfuckled up. And like, once you're out and you take one bus and you gotta take another bus, if that bus is late, or if you miss it, you just kind of wait to the other bus and you can't get back home because that other bus that you just got off ain't there no more. You gotta find another one if you just want to go home. But at that point, you're just stuck at the mercy of the bus. Anyway, enough with college. First job. Alright, so I almost got a first job like maybe straight out of college, which was really lucky for me because I actually liked this job, except for the point that it got a little unorganized and I just kind of got lazy, to be honest. I got very unmotivated about it because when I went to that job, it was really fun and new because there was a lot of new people. And we all had this same mindset. We weren't here to become this, to become that. We're here to make money. Let's get this done, man. Like, that's what it was. But then, like, I guess there's people with different work ethics and things that kind of annoy you because it definitely affects your thing. Because we were kind of working on conveyor belts and stuff. We're just kind of scanning pallets and stuff. It was a little annoying because my work ethic was very perfectionist oriented, and like if I would build a pallet perfectly, someone would come up and just ruin it. At one point, someone was purposely just taking piles of packages. We call them jiffies. They're basically, you know, the Ipsy Glam Pack thing that it comes in, like, or the yellow like vanilla thing. There's this orange thing that's just like a package, but it's like not a box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, someone would take a bunch of those and just hide them face down so we couldn't see the label to see that they weren't supposed to be there inside of things. And that I was so pissed because I hate when stuff like that happens, especially when I'm working there. It's like, it doesn't do very good for me because people were starting to think I was doing it. I'm like, why would you think that I was doing it? What? I am literally, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know why they chose that, why they suspected me. I'm like, no, I know who it is because I've seen them do it. And I had to go tell them twice before they stopped. Because they're like, oh, ish, I'm going to get in trouble for being a dickhole. Yeah. So yeah, that's how my first job went. I've just combined the two things because I got fired and then hired again. I was lucky to get hired again. I don't know why. Why didn't I stay? I don't know why I didn't stay, to be honest. I think this time, the second time around, it was really unorganized because you didn't know what you were doing and they didn't tell you what you were supposed to be doing. Certain people would have their names on boards and things and they would tell them what they're supposed to do. We didn't have anything that told us what to do. We just kind of went out there and we just, you know, worked. And I was end up being one of those people who are, I was like one of those people, like if you add me to a line, I'll either like just clear up that line perfectly by myself and then also encourage the others around me to work faster, because for some reason everybody around me was like, or people who worked, they were just so lazy and so slow and they were just having conversation. They weren't even trying. Like I'm sitting here like, this is a job where I would rather not have everything, you know, piling up to the ceiling. The ceiling's very high, by the way. And I'd like to get work done and properly. And so I don't appreciate your BS. That's just kind of how I felt. It was, I guess that's why, because I was just very frustrated at the people who were hired around that time because they would just not work. And I would go to different sections and basically, because things would be stacked knee high. I'm 5'4", like the conveyor belts that they were on were maybe like a foot and a half off the ground, and 2 feet off the ground. So that's like 3 feet of packages off the ground, and this is a long conveyor belt. Like this is all the way down knee-high packages. So you can understand why I'm frustrated. I'm going to each lane, clearing that stuff to the point where it's just like just one package level, you know? Not like knee-high. So like I would be that type of person, and no matter how hard you work, you can't really progress. You can progress in the company, but you won't make any more money. That's just the way it was. That was my first job. And let's get into relationships before I just yell all about my first jobs and all that, because I've had 2 more jobs since then and I'm trying to get another one. Maybe not now, because I realize at 6 months of pregnancy I'm just gonna pass out as soon as I get one. So that's why I'm just gonna work out and try to go towards my goal of becoming a personal trainer. Yeah, so that I can actually have a career, and it's something that I'm actually like really passionate about, because I like physical fitness and health, and I'm very knowledgeable on the human body and like things like that. I would have been a doctor, but 8 years of school. No. Okay. So my relationships out of high school and out of college were basically very interesting, and I think that the one relationship that I've had outside of there, because I've only had one since then, definitely affected me in an interesting way. Getting a job and refocusing my mind definitely got me back onto the track of not being heartbroken. I guess I wasn't heartbroken from the last relationship that much, to be honest, because once I got into college, I definitely realized that there are better fish in the sea, and that would be the only reason I went to math class. In my first job, the first time around, I definitely had a little group of just friends, and they weren't girls or anything, because I don't get along with girls, oddly. It was just a bunch of dudes. I didn't really have them as friends, but I could talk to them and we would talk about like video games or anime, because you know I'm just that weird kid that likes those types of things, and most girls don't like that thing because I don't know why, what they're focused on or anything. And if they are like fans of anime and stuff, they more so prefer beauty and things, and they're not very sociable with other girls. So whether they liked it or not, we couldn't be friends because of we're just us weirdos, basically. Because I've seen quite a few of them who are into those things, but you know, I can't be friends with them because I'm just so awkward. Just so awkward. So of course I had a few friends that are male, and only one of those friends are the people that I keep around me today, because the other ones were kind of just like, they needed to be friend-zoned. One had a girlfriend. I'm sitting here like, yeah, kid, you just kind of stick around, but just, why? Go away. Our group of friends doesn't need you. And then the other one was just kind of, I guess, the same way. whether he had a girlfriend or not. I think at a point he said he didn't, and then he said he did. And I'm like, kid, are you trying to be cool? Because it's like that guy who like comes and joins the group, and he's like, yeah, man, I got this chick on the side, and her name is Bridget, and man, she's got them tits. You know, it was kind of it was kind of that type of feeling. It's like, nah bro. And the other person, because it was like me and 3 other people, and the other person, me and him, we just kind of bonded. I don't understand how. I think it's like psychopaths unite. Psychopath otaku. I think he's not actually that bad into anime, but like psychopath gamer addiction person linkage, you know, just happened, and we just kind of gravitated towards each other. First of all, he liked me, and I know it because as soon as I walked in the room and sat down, he took triple takes to look at me. And I don't know if my makeup was on absolute fleek that day, but I apparently caught his eye. Now, this is probably gonna be a whole nother video as to how we met, but like basically we kind of were inseparable. Even though they tried to separate us, they definitely tried to separate us. At the work, job, force area, place, you know, the man. Yeah, I'm very happy. I don't know why I'm very happy. I guess this makeup just makes me happy. I tried it out. If you want to know what's on my face, link to a video in the description. It's a review. Anyway, yeah, so we kind of just linked up and we just kind of stayed together forever. Like, even when I lost that job and regained that job, because he basically got a better job and left me alone, and that's why I kind of was very depressed and very non-motivated to go there anymore, because I'm like,
my baby's gone, he's gone alone, and I'm on my own.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sing. I was just, I'm too happy today. Anyway, so basically, I was working the night shift, he was working the day shift, and like I would work less hours than him, but still, it's like I was walking myself home at this point. Like, it just wasn't, I didn't like it. I didn't have a car. I took the bus, and the buses didn't run very often, so it was very sketch. So these are basically the reasons why I stopped working at that place at that time. And you really can't get your schedule changed, like, by any means. It's really hard to get your schedule changed. And, you know, that relationship I was talking about, I'm still in it. What's this? That's a ring. So anyway, that's how I grew up, and that's how I became the weirdo that I am today, which is a lot more active in this video by accident. I'm sorry. I'm currently 6 months pregnant with my first child. Yes. And my first love. And my first love, if you know what I mean. So it's not so bad being awkward, you know? There's no, I don't know, complicatedness. It's, I mean, I guess it's complicated since you never did it before, and you know, being in a relationship is kind of like, I don't know how this works, so. Which I definitely was in every relationship I've had, which is 2. So it's just very interesting life, and sharing your stories would be really awesome in the comments if you actually pay attention to this stuff. But yeah, that's my life, and I'm actually in a really happy place, to be honest. And before the sun sets on this lovely video, because I have no lights on in this room, I want to wish you all a happy life, and I hope you're doing great. Subscribe if you want other contents by me, because this is the last episode in the series. Goodbye.
Smoking on that dojo.
Oh god, I'm in a spinny chair and I'm just keep going. Oh no, I stopped. Whee! Oh god. Alright, bye guys.